$36.97 was the area to keep a close eye on during our last look at National Australia Bank, and as can be seen, although it was only briefly penetrated, it was overcome, and as such we can put forward a more bullish labelling of price. So getting straight into the wave count, we are seeing a much larger combination pattern unfolding, commencing way to the left of the chart actually, but this is the intervening wave X low. And what I'm liking here is that we have seen a strong impulsive movement higher from these lows. So we have minor degree wave 1, 2, very strong extension into wave 3, something we always like to see. A pretty textbook ABC correction into wave 4, one final impulse, and the ideal situation is that this area, or this high, completes intermediate degree wave 1 or A. Now in either scenario we should now see an ABC correction to the downside. I've tentatively labelled wave A as being in position. It could continue to slightly lower levels, but either or we are going to be looking for a bounce in the not too distant future. If any rally is coupled with low volume and is choppy and messy in nature, then it would increase the likelihood of seeing another probe to the downside, taking price into the 50 to 61.8% retracement zone down here. And if we do attain that $32 region, perhaps a little bit lower, then this would be deemed a very good buying opportunity indeed. And obviously if this pattern unfolds in textbook form, then we'll have this little head and shoulders top in position, and that does portend to price rotating down to the measured move, which actually shows more confluence with the lower boundary of the typical retracement zone, so perhaps just beneath $32. But either way, if we do see symmetrical three-wave movement down, then this would be deemed a very good buying opportunity indeed. Obviously National Australia Bank hasn't been anywhere near as strong as likes of CBA, but that said, we can't argue with the price action over more recent times. In fact, it actually commences to the left of the chart, but even from these lows we can see very strong. All the dips that have been unfolding have been heavily sought after by the smart money, and as we can see, impulsive price action has been the way forward. But it does seem likely, as we suggested during the last review, that we had an interim top in position, a bit of rejection at these high levels, and a pause from this juncture or even a retracement would be deemed as a healthy attribute in the bigger scheme of things. Nothing goes up in a straight line indefinitely, so having seen an impulse, a nice looking ABC correction to the downside, very positive indeed, and as I mentioned earlier, every reason to be looking for buying opportunity if you are a fan of the company at these slightly lower levels further down the line.